Welcome. My name is Eunice. Thank you for joining me on this journey of mastering relaxation. This is a yoga stretch sequence that can be done in the evening or before sleep. You can grab any props that you may need for support. We will be using a yoga strap. Skip or modify any posture that doesn't work for you. And remember, your body is the guru. Honor and listen to it. Let's begin lying flat on our back, supine position. Take the feet out wide. Take the arms out wide, palms face up. Just take a moment to ground. You can leave the arms by the side, or you could place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We're going to do a breathing exercise. But before we begin, take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose, filling up, and then exhale, open the mouth to sigh it out. Let's begin our breathing practice. Take an inhale through the nose and send the breath all the way down to the lower portion of the abdomen, then to the upper abdomen, the chest, and then all the way up under the collarbones. And then exhale, release the collarbone area, the chest, the upper belly, and then the lower abdomen. Inhale, fill up the lower abdomen, the upper abdomen, the chest, the collarbone. Then exhale, release the space underneath the collarbones, the chest, the upper abdomen, and then the lower abdomen. Continue through a few rounds of this breath cycle, sticking and keeping your awareness with your breath and how your body feels. Release the controlled breathing of the breathing exercise and bring the legs to center. When you find your next inhalation, draw the right knee in towards the chest for knee to chest pose. Grab a hold of the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. Keeping the left leg lengthened long, flex the left toes towards the face, and then take some ankle rotations with the right ankle. Lengthen the spine and draw the right hip down and away from the right shoulder as you pull the right knee in closer to the chest on your exhalations. On your next inhalation, grab the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Bend the right knee and come into half happy baby. You can leave the left leg long outstretched, or you can bend it up, placing the left foot on the ground. And draw the right knee down towards the ground. Inhale, release, and grab your yoga strap and loop it around the arch of the right foot. Flex the right toes towards the face, keep the left knee bent, and keep the right knee bent also. And feel into the hamstring, just checking in with its flexibility today. And you can keep the right knee bent, or you can begin to lengthen the right leg straight. And draw the right knee away from the body, and then as you exhale, draw it in towards the body to move deeper into the right hamstring. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can lengthen the left leg long, flexing the left toes towards the face. If you want to move deeper into the adductor muscles, you'll hold the strap in the right hand and then let the right foot and the right leg drop over towards the right, keeping the left hip plugged into the ground. Engage your abs to draw the right foot back to center and release. Keep the right knee bent, shift onto the left hip, and drop the right knee over to the left to come into a supine twist. Plug both shoulders into the ground, stretch the arms out into a T. The gaze can stay upright, or you can look over to the right hand. And you can always place a block or a bolster under the right knee if it feels uncomfortable to have it floating. Inhale, come back to center, and let's move over to the left leg. Draw the left knee in for knee to chest pose. Use your exhalations to draw that left knee closer to the chest. Relax the lower back into the ground. And you can make some ankle rotations, just loosening up the lower leg and the ankle. Inhale to release and come into half happy baby, grabbing the outer edge of the left foot, drawing the left knee down. You can always bend the right knee and place the right foot on the ground, or keep it outstretched to move deeper. We're going to release and grab the yoga strap, loop it around the arch of the left foot, keeping the right foot on the ground. Keep a generous bend in the left knee, flex the left toes, and plug the left hip into the ground. Push the left hip away from the shoulder to keep the hip squared. And you can keep the left knee bent, or you can straighten it here, moving deeper into the left hamstring. And you can move the left leg away from the body as you inhale. And as you exhale, draw it in closer to the body. To move deeper into the stretch the right leg long, flexing the right toes towards the face. If you want to get deeper into the groin and the adductor muscles of the inner leg, bring the left foot and the left leg over to the left, making sure to plug the pelvis, the hips, the right hip into the ground. Engage the abs to come back to center. Take the left knee over to the right, coming onto the right hip, stretching the arms out into a T for your supine twist. Inhale, come back to center onto the back. Draw both knees in towards the chest, wrapping your arms around the legs and hugging them in close. And take a rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. We're going to rock and roll back and forth on the spine and find your way into tabletop position. Stack the knees under the hips, bringing the knees hips distance apart. And stack the wrists right under the shoulders. The hands spread wide and the hands or shoulders distance apart. And when you find your inhalation, dip the belly down, the tailbone up, send the heart forward for cow. Then exhale to round the back belly button towards the spine for cat. Inhale, send the heart forward, tailbone up. Exhale, push into the hands and shins and round through the back. Link your breath and your movement and move through a few more cat-cows at your own pace. Come back to center and keep the hips right over the knees and walk the hands forward to come down for puppy pose. You can always place a block or a blanket under the forehead. And make sure to engage your abdomen slightly to keep a nice flat back. So make sure you're not overarching your lower back. And soften your heart and your shoulders down. Inhale, come up to release. Then lie flat on the stomach. Bring the hands to the outside of the mat. Tent the fingers up like little teepees, elbows pointed up. We're going to inhale into this high cobra. Draw the shoulders down, the heart forward. And then exhale to melt the chest down. A few more times. Inhale, draw the shoulder heads away from the ears. Exhale, melt down. Flow through this twice more at your own pace. We're going to release and find Sphinx pose. Grab the elbows. Make sure the elbows are stacked under the shoulders. And then bring the fingertips forward, resting on the forearms. Shake out the hips and the buttocks just to make sure you're not clenching. Draw the shoulders down and back. Send the heart forward. Energetically pull the hands and the forearms back towards the hips to send the heart forward. Let's take a quad stretch here. Bend the right knee and send the right heel towards the buttocks and grab a hold of the ankle or the foot. You can always use a yoga strap here. And you can stay upright, supporting yourself on the left forearm, or relax the forehead down, drawing the heel closer towards the buttocks. And relax your right shoulder down and away from the right ear. Inhale to release the legs and come onto the right forearm. Draw the left heel in towards the buttocks and grab a hold of the foot. Take an inhale and then exhale. Melt the chest and the forehead down. Push the pelvis into the ground, tilting the tailbone down and lengthening the lower back as much as you can. Gently release the left leg and come up onto all fours. Let's prepare for downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, hands or shoulders distance apart, and tuck the back toes under. Then exhale, send the hips up and back. Keep a nice bend in the knees. Send the chest towards the thighs. Shake out the hips and begin to pedal out through the feet and the legs, stretching the back body and the buttocks. And even in this inverted position, you're still going to draw the shoulder heads away from the ears, keeping the neck nice and long. Take an inhale and come up onto both toes, and then exhale, sink the heels down towards the ground. And then nod the head out, yes and no, just releasing the neck. Take an inhale to release the knees down. Let's find child's pose. Bring the big toes together, send the knees out wide. Push into the ground and sink the hips back towards the heels. Just rest here for a moment, releasing the hips, softening the lower body, and then find some upper body movement, just rolling out the shoulders, sending the upper body back and forth like a wave. And then as you find your next exhalation, melt the heart center down and the forehead to rest down onto the ground or a prop. Soften the back of the heart, soften the fingers and the toes, and just scan your body and make sure you're not holding or clenching anywhere else. Take an inhale, lift the upper body to release, and come over the legs to find your way onto your back. Draw the knees in towards the chest and grab a hold of the outer edges of both feet, bringing the soles of the feet together. Push the knees away from the shoulders. Breathe into the hip, breathe into the groin. Plug the shoulders down. You're more than welcome to stay here, or you can open up the legs wide into happy baby pose, opening the knees out wide. The soles of the feet point up towards the sky. Draw the knees down to the ground. Soften the hips. And soften the shoulders down and back. You can hold still here in happy baby or begin to rock back and forth, massaging out the back line, playing with your balance. You can hold happy baby pose, or you have the option to begin to have a little bit more fun and add a hamstring stretch here. Just lengthening out one leg and then bending the knee and then stretching out the opposite leg and just going back and forth. And if it's in your practice, you can lengthen out both legs together. And we're going to release the legs down to find our final resting pose, corpse pose, Shavasana. Lengthening out the legs, take the legs out wide. The feet flop away from one another. Take the arms by your sides, palms face up, and tuck the scapulas, your shoulder blades, onto the back. Breathe and soften the lower back down. Just gonna scan the body quickly, just releasing, relaxing the legs, the feet, the stomach, the chest, the arms, the shoulders. Let the head grow heavy and soften the face. Soften your jaw and the space between your eyes. Take a deep breath and invite small, gentle movements into the toes and the fingers. You can also stretch the body long, stretching the arms up overhead. And then roll over to one side and just pause, taking a moment for gratitude for our body, for our practice, thanking yourself for showing up and relaxing. Keep the gaze soft or the eyes closed as you push up into a seated position, coming back to easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Just roll the shoulders back. Take a deep releasing breath. Feel the body. On an inhale, sweep the arms out, around, and up. The palms come to touch. Then rest the palms on the forehead as a reminder that you are the master of your Zen. Palms come to rest at the lips as a reminder to communicate our truth with authenticity and kindness. Palms come to rest at the heart center as a reminder to know thyself and to love thyself. Thank you for practicing with me. Peace and ease to you. If you enjoyed this session and it helped you, please share it with someone that it can help. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be aware of when I post. Until next time.